Welcome back, Nick. It's Comic Corner, classics as non-classic. This episode number 1052 and Doubleshot number 946. 46. Yep. Two Transformer trades. First up is a really big, thick one. This is Transformers Unicron. Yep. This collects the entire 6 miniseries plus issue 0. Now, there's basically one writer in this, John Barber, but it has several backup stories. You have these stories for ROM, G.I. Joe, M.A.S.K, Micronauts, and the Visionaries. For ROM is written by Chris Rao, art by Dave Melissa. G.I. Joe Last Stand is written by David Riggins, which actually is a small tie into the story. M.A.S.K is written by Brandon Easton, artwork by Julia Juan Samu. Chris Gage writes the Micronauts issue, along with Pablo Benito on the artwork. The Visionaries story is written by Magdalene Verdigo and artwork by Visco Ascio, I think that's pronounced it. Yep. The story for this one is this. Yeah, this is pretty much the end of an era for the Transformers. It's the end of the first universe of the Transformers. The universe not get destroyed. This is just simply the last story for it. Yep, before the book gets relaunched after this and rebooted. Yep. Now, Unicron, believe it or not, this is actually his second appearance. First time appearance since First Strike. And a lot of the characters get stuff to do. I mean, in the case of Transformers, mostly just Optimus Prime, Windblade, Bumblebee. Yeah, someone thinking, Bumblebee, isn't he dead? Well, I think it was brought back in the Visionary miniseries. Ron plays a role. Of the Joes, it's just Melissa Farber, who's the daughter of Flint. And that's it. In case, and Action Man appears in the story in a cameo. Yep. Yes, a cameo from Action Man, make his first appearance, his first strike. Yeah, he didn't appear for like over a year. Why? No idea why. It almost seems like that IDW, who got the rights to his character because it Hasbro created a toy, they had no plan for the character at all. His arch nemesis, Dr. X, who was somebody who was a colleague of his, she showed up in here for a quick cameo. Miles Mayhem shows up for a quick cameo, and Baron Iron Claw shows up for a cameo. Which they do nothing. Cobra shows up in here for a quick little, hey, we're here for a cameo. The Joes, just Scarlet, Helix, Roadblock. Well, John Clayton's in here, though this is when he's in prison after the events of First Strike. Yeah, a lot of characters who were basically big players prior to this are reduced to frickin' cameos. That's the only minor problem with this damn thing. Also, I at least got to appreciate, though, the Unicron does not look like the way he does back in the 1980 movie. Nope, he does not. He does not look like that at all. Like, there is a cover image with him in it. That's not it. Here he is. Let's see, what's a good image of him? Yeah, they have the covers in here. Yeah, this one's got a big humongous, hole in it. This is how he looks. Yeah, this is Unicron. It's a similar design what they use in Transformers Prime. Yeah, it's a very similar design. But the whole when he's in his robot form, like in the movie, he looked nothing like this at all. This is a different look for him, which I do appreciate the artist for IDW actually have a different look instead of just rehashing the same look over and over again for freaking Unicron. Yep. Unicron himself essentially destroyed at the end of the story, thanks to also sacrificing Cybertron and a bunch of the colonies. Warblade pretty much is still the leader of all the remaining Transformers. Yep. Also, RC gets a girlfriend. Yep, RC is a lesbian. Yeah, in love with a female robot who she makes up with at the very end of the story. But this overall is a really fun story to read. Like I said, the only minor complaint I have is a lot of the characters who appear in the story are reduced to freaking cameos. This also is the last appearance for several other things. We say goodbye to Rom the Space Knight because, as far as I know, there's no plans for in the future. Action Man, the Micronauts, M.A.S.K, and the Visionaries. Though this was their second appearance because last time they appeared was in the Transformers vs. Visionaries miniseries, which they also kill off the character Cup. Yep. Great miniseries. I don't want to talk too much about this one because it's just really, really good. A lot of stuff happens in here. And the only really big negative I have, no Megatron. Yes, because normally when Unicron shows up, Megatron shows up too. Megatron is nowhere in this story at all. Yes. Which you're probably thinking, that's weird. Why Megatron not fighting freaking Unicron? I give this book a 9.5 out of 10. Really good. Next up it is Transformers Lost Light, Volume 4, which collects issues 1925 of the series, and this is the end of the damn series. Yep. Written by James Roberts, artwork by E.J. Su, who does issue 19. 20 is done by Casey W. Kohler. Jack Lawrence issues 21, 23, and 25, and the other two issues done by Brandon Cahill. Yep. This just kind of ends the series. And here's something that's kind of bad about this particular series. There's no mention of Unicron at all. Like, oh my gosh, there is nothing. There's no mention of him. Megatron himself, who's actually been in the series since issue 1, he's absent the first few issues. He's sort of like about halfway through the story that's printing these trades. This trade here. And he doesn't do very much, just pops up in a hand. Fight, and of course they fight like various titans in the course of the series. At least about a couple of them. And yeah, the light basically just goes off their normal travels. Rodimus Prime pulls basically a ripoff from the Transformers movie because one of the characters comes in the Matrix of Leadership. They force multiple versions of this damn thing. So everybody tries to open up the Matrix of Leadership. Megatron tries it. Nothing. It says, Rodimus like, give me that thing. Opens it up, destroys the giant robot, and that's the story itself. Of course, 25 kind of wraps up the series of itself. And not much else to say about this particular book, but it's a pretty good read, a long read, because that's Transformers for you. This book, a 9 out of 10. Not much else to write home about when it comes to the series. Mostly for this one, it just wraps up the series itself. Nothing to do with freaking Unicron. That's what M.A.S.K. Prime, which, yeah, that's kind of dumb. The fact this book has nothing to do with it at all. Not even here's the thing. Lost Light also was published during the time First Strike was coming out. And no tying to First Strike. Nope, Optimus Prime did. But not this book. Nope. Because this is basically like a Star Trek version of the Transformers. Basically, them all exploring the universe. That's pretty much what the series is. Yep. And of course, they have no contact with Cybertron. Yeah, I bet the right... Okay, maybe they're going to have something... like, basically involved with... I don't know, maybe they can contact the future, but nope, this is the end of the damn series. Yep. After 2 years, the series ends. The series was a replacement for the Transformers Morbid United series, which I was publishing for 5 years. Optimus Prime was replacement for the Transformers Robot in Disguise / Transformers series, which that also ended 57 issues. The thing is, what happened in that book actually led into Revolution. Yeah, that's not a joke. That seriously, during the last 8 issues of the series, that was simply set up for that particular crossover. Yep. Yeah. Basically, what happens in this book, it only mentions stuff that happens in Warhammer CI. It doesn't mention any other book at all. Yeah. Though I do think that turning Megatron into a good guy, this is a smart move on the part of the writer of Transformers to do, because it's something new for Megatron to do, becoming an Autobot. And I don't think he knows Bumblebee's alive. Nope, he never finds out, because that's the end of this line of Transformers. Yeah, reboot. Yep, he goes back to being the Decepticon in the Transformers published right now. And Windblade is part of the group, which I do appreciate that he's part of the Autobots, because she's a damn good character. I love this character. Also in Unicron, I forgot to mention, she actually transforms the first time into a jet. Yep. Windblade transformed into a jet. Which, that's actually pretty good. I haven't seen her outside the comics, so I don't much about the character outside the comics. Like how she does in the cartoons. Yep. Not much else to say about these 2 trades, but they're pretty good. Yep, I know I'm not talking really much about these 2 Transformer trades, but the case of Unicron, there's like so much stuff that happens in this particular one that you gotta read a damn book. Lost Light, you can read if you want to. It's mostly, you probably read it just for Megatron and Rodimus Prime. That's pretty much they're pretty much the stars of this particular book. Yep. Not much else to say about these two trades, but pretty good. Now, next review is going to be two Marvel trades. I'm in the process of reading right now, but in the case of more videos today, this is the last one because I have no more videos planned for today. So tomorrow I have roughly maybe 2 videos planned. One, of course, review the newest chapter of Seven Deadly Sins. The other, of course, being a movie review. So after that, that's really it for reviews tomorrow. Okay. Do this next review. Bye.